Okay guys, so this is going to be a pretty fun set. This is the e-file that I'm using. I show it all the time. I love it. I got it for like, I don't know, 20 bucks. And I've had it for a really long time. Comes with everything that I need. I'm going to first use this small little, I'm not sure what this is called, but it's small, tiny little, skinny little thing. And I'm going to go around my cuticles just to kind of lift them and push them back. And I really like doing this when I do start a full set. I really like taking the time to clean up around my cuticles and get all that dead stuff, hard stuff off. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to switch to the brown file, like sander type one. And this is just going to help take everything that I just lifted and kind of pushed back. It's just going to take it all off in a faster way, because you can use a cuticle cutter to do this, especially if you have a lot around your nails, but this is just faster, so I do this. And this is going to be a full set because a lot of you guys asked if I can show from start to finish, so I am going to try to show you from start to finish. Also, I did ask you guys if you guys liked me talking during this, or you just wanted me to show you kind of just music in the background, show you guys how I'm doing it. And about 85–90% of you said to talk and explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, so that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to be using clear nail tips this time. I really like these ones. They're a little bit more tapered at the ends. So everything will be listed and linked in the description box below. It's all super affordable too, so don't forget to check that out. So I'm first going in, and if they fit right, I'm just going to go in with the nail tip, the nail glue, and glue them on. But my nail beds are pretty skinny. They're really narrow, so sometimes I think usually on at least 2 or 3 of my nails I have to go in and file just a little bit of the edges of the nail. So once I put the glue on, it dries pretty fast, so you're going to kind of work fast. Just make sure you put it on straight, because if not, it dries really fast, and to pull it off, it's not that easy. So just make sure when you put it on, it's straight. And then after I have them glued, I'm going to take the cuticle cutters. This is just basically what I cut them with. I'm going to cut them down shorter, and I just kind of cut one side and then do the other side to kind of take it off. I don't have, they do sell the cutters. They look like little dog clippers. They do sell those, but I just figured it's easier this way. So yeah, I do that. And then for the sides, I do like them a bit like tapered at the end. I did these ones a little bit skinnier than I normally do them this set. I would say my hardest part, but I'm getting a little better at it. I kind of just measure it to the other nail, because I'm not that great at measuring them all the right length, but I am getting a little bit better at it. So I just measure it to either my other hand or the nail next to it. So I'm also, like I said, I'm gonna, I want them skinny at the bottom. So I also use the cuticle cutters for this as well, because I'm not really good with doing it with scissors. It kind of just doesn't work out, and they end up really crooked or too thin. I'm not good with that, so I just find this easier. And then after I cut them, I do like to go in really quick with a nail file and kind of just sand the sides to make sure that they're even and straight. And then once I do this, I go back in with the e-file and I kind of just go over the edge where my natural nail is and the nail tip is, just to make sure there's no lift. And also, I kind of don't want it to be shiny from any of the nail glue. And the liquid that I'm going to be using is from Mia Secret. They do have it back in stock now. I just actually ordered some because I was running really low. And this one lasted me a really long time, and I do my nails all the time, so it does last. And this is the powder that I'm going to be using for the glow in the dark powder. These things are intense. I was super, super shocked. Now, they do have kind of like mixed reviews because I think people don't know how to use them. This is not acrylic powder. This powder needs to be mixed in with your acrylic powder already. So even if you used it with a liquid, it would not work. It doesn't get hard and it just wouldn't work. So I'm using this blue color. I don't think they have names. I'm using this blue color and then one of the lighter colors. It's kind of tricky because they don't glow the color they are. Like a lot of them don't glow a lot of the color that they are when they're not glowing. So you do get a lot of colors and they're only like 10 bucks, but you don't get a lot of powder. But what I realized when I was doing this, you don't need a lot of powder at all, especially since you're going to be mixing it with acrylic already. And they are super intense. I was shocked. So I'm just taking a little bit out. I'm going to take the two colors that I'm going to use and I'm taking a little bit out of the jars and I'm putting them in. I just mixed it. The way I'm going to mix it is with these clear jars. I just got some clear jars and I'm going to mix a little bit of my clear acrylic powder, which is also from Mia Secret, and then a little bit of the glow powder. I'm not sure what they're called. It's like a fluorescent something. I'm going to mix those two and I'm going to put them in the clear jars. So with the blue, I did mix it with the clear, but with this lighter color, I did want to try to mix it with a colored acrylic, so I used a nude. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I just didn't want a clear on top because I knew I was going to put it on top. So I just got this little thing. I think it's a cuticle pusher. I'm not even sure, but I feel like I'm messing with drugs right now the way the way I was messing with this. So I just added a little bit of the nude Mia Secret acrylic powder and then I added a little bit of the glow in the dark powder. And I wasn't even sure, I can't even tell you like the ratio I did. I think I did about half of the glow in the dark powder and then I mixed the rest with the Mia Secret powder. I was not sure how much I needed. I wasn't sure if it was going to glow if I just put less, but I definitely could have used less glow in the dark powder. So then the first step I'm going to take is applying the primer to my nail. I also use a Mia Secret primer and I'm going to apply that all over my natural nail. And sometimes I have forgotten to do this completely and it still stays, but I definitely recommend adding the primer. And then I'm going to go, this is the nail brush that I'm using. I will link it in the description box because I really like it. It's perfect size for me. I can't work with like bigger brushes. So I'm going to dip a little bit into my liquid and then I kind of bounce it into the acrylic about like 3 times to get it enough on there. I should have added a little bit more, but, and then I just put it right under where, I start by putting it right under where the nail tip starts and then I'm feathering it up. This is the very first time that I've actually mixed 2 different color acrylics, so this is all pretty new to me. And let me tell you, this time around, I had to basically keep telling myself, just trust the process, keep going, trust the process, keep going, because this is the first time doing it and it was a hot mess. My nails after they dried, the acrylic dried, it was looking like a hot mess and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to pull this off. But I trust the process and I kept going. So I add a second layer of blue and I just raise it up a little bit more, and then I definitely, most definitely need more practice with colored acrylic. I don't know if it's just this color, I don't know if it's just this brand, but I feel like it's so much different than just the clear acrylic powder. I feel like it's a different thickness, a different texture. I don't know, I'm just not good at colored acrylic, so I definitely want to try more with that because I need more practice. So I basically added about 2 beads to the natural nail part of my nail around the cuticle, and I kind of just started at the top and then blended that down to kind of just blend it into the blue the best I could. And if I needed more, I just added a little bit more. But then after I did the nude color and then the blue color, I did go ahead and use, oh, I'm adding a little, oh, I'm doing a different nail. But after I did the blue color and nude acrylic, I did go ahead and add a layer of clear, just regular clear acrylic on top of that, just because, like I said, some, just in case I had added, I wasn't sure if it was going to dry, because I wasn't sure if I added enough clear acrylic to both um, colors, like the blue and enough acrylic, nude acrylic. So if it wasn't for some reason going to dry because of the glow in the dark powder, if I didn't add enough acrylic, I just went ahead, just to be safe, and added clear acrylic on top. I don't know if I needed to do that, probably not, but I mean, it didn't hurt either way. So I just went ahead and added that over the whole entire nail. So they were looking a little thick. I know you guys, like, you guys know I like my nails really thin, so that's why I was really trying to say, like, trust the process. I hope they look better when I start to file them, because they're looking a little thick, they're looking a little rough, a little lumpy. So yeah. So as you guys can see here, she's looking a little thick, a little lumpy, a little crooked. She's all types of bad right now. So just wait for them to dry, and you can usually hear by clicking with the nail file, like it sounds like a little click sound, you know that they're dry. I'm going to file them. I'm using a 100 grit nail file. I'm going to basically shape them and just file the sides at first, and then make sure the bottom is straight. And then I'm going to switch to back to the e-file, and I'm going to take this little like tapered skinny one, and these all come with the drill, so you don't have to buy anything extra. And I'm going to go around my cuticle. I like using this instead of just going in straight in with the other ones, because I feel like there's less chance of me cutting myself, and it just feels a lot better. Like I feel like a lot safer. So I do this just to make sure no acrylic is stuck to my skin, and it's kind of just pushed away from my cuticle, because I do not like that really thick, heaviness, thick acrylic around my cuticles. It's just not cute. So I really like to work that area and make sure everything is away from there. Plus, you don't want any lifting. If it's stuck to your skin, there's chances that it's going to be lifting. So then I go back into the brown sander, and I'm going to go around my nail. I usually go about once, maybe twice. With these nails, I think I went like around 3, just because, yeah, they're really kind of thick. So then I kind of like turn my sander over, and I go from the top to the bottom in back and forth motions. And I really had to do a lot, because as you can see, there's like little bumps in this nail. So I just want to make sure there's no bumps and it's kind of straight. I kind of fill it with my finger, and whichever way I have to do the sander, I kind of just do that. But I did have to do a lot of sanding because these guys were a little thick, and I like them pretty thin. I know they're supposed to be like a really not really thick, but a thicker apex around my natural nail area. But I do like my nails really thin and they work out for me. I don't usually break any or anything like that, so it kind of works out for me. And just really quick before this is over, I just wanted to say about the glow in the dark. Like, this isn't any type of, I was really surprised by this glow in the dark powder. It's not any type of, oh, you need a black light to make it glow. No, these things seriously glow so bright. Even in a little amount of darkness, they glow so bright. It's crazy. And especially if you've been in the sun, oh my God, forget it. Like, you can go in the sun for like 5 minutes and come back in the house and they are glowing. I don't know if it's because I put too much glow powder or what, but this powder does work. Now, I will say, like, in maybe like 2 or 3 of the little containers, they aren't glowing. Like the purple, it doesn't really glow that much. If you leave it in front of a light, it does, but it wasn't really glowing as bright as the other ones. Some glow more than the others. So then I'm going to switch to this little drill bit thingy, and it also comes with the nail file, and I'm just going to make that little arch on the end of the nail. And before I paint them, I just like to buff them out just a little bit. And I also, after I buff them and before I paint them, I put a little bit of alcohol just to make sure there's no powder and they are ready to be painted. And then I'm just going to go in with a clear coat on top of this. And I'm using the same one that I always use. Definitely recommend this top coat. I really like this, especially for acrylic nails. I haven't really used it on natural nails, but it does come with a base coat as well. And right now I think they only have the set that has 3. I think it's only $7 for a base coat, a top coat, and the matte coat. And I finally get to show myself putting my hand in the little lamp light thing because I finally got an extension cord so I can show it to you, because the other one I had to use was older, and it only because it just reached the cord where I was filming at. So anyways, yeah. So I'm just going to put it in for like 30 seconds. I cure it for, and it's really ready after that. This top coat cures really fast.